Good day, everybody. It's Thanksgiving Day. How great can that be? I'm not going to talk politics today. I'm not going to say anything about anybody that is working in our national capital. Instead, today we're going to talk about Thanksgiving and what it means. To me, anyways. And Madison's with us, so might be talk about what Thanksgiving means to her. The thing about Thanksgiving is, we all have, our traditions with Thanksgiving as to what's fixed, what's served, what's eaten. But Thanksgiving goes so much deeper. Now, history tells us the Pilgrims and the Indians got together and they shared a feast. That's what history was taught to me. And though there has been some individuals trying to say differently, you know what? I like that story and I'm going to stick with it. Why? Because that's what everybody else does. They like their stories and they stick with it regardless of what proof they have. So, that's the last of my political talk. I promise. Thanksgiving means to me. Thanksgiving is a time when friends and family get together and they share a feast. They talk, they laugh, and they get full. In my house when I was growing up, we didn't watch football, we didn't do any sports. We watched the Thanksgiving parade, and then we watched old Thanksgiving reruns from like Family Ties and the Golden Girls and, all that. That's what we did. And we talked, and we laughed, and we had a good time, and we covered things that we ran through during the year that, we learned from or we felt stronger for feeling with, and, that's what we did. And it was such a great time. The love that you felt and the love that you shared was the most that you could ever feel and share throughout the year, because during the year you have your busy schedules, and then on Thanksgiving you said enough's enough of the schedules and you spent the time with the family. And that's what it's about, is family and friends. Now later on in the Thanksgiving evening, I would get together with the friends I was growing up with, and we had fun. We did different things. It wasn't really a sharing kind of thing. We just got together and had fun. It was usually cold out, so we were bundled up, and sometimes we had snow, and sometimes we had rain, and sometimes we didn't. And we just dealt with whatever the weather gave us and did what we could do to have fun. And that's what Thanksgiving was about for me. Madison, you want to talk about what your Thanksgivings are about? What you think Thanksgiving's about? No? She's saying no. She's shaking her head no, like we're going to hear her head rattle on the video. So, being that she's not going to share, and I've already done my sharing, how about you, how about whoever watches this, think about what Thanksgiving's about for you. Try to keep the politics out of it. Just think about what it means to you. Okay? There's a song that we used to sing when I was a kid in school. Over the river and through the woods, to grandmother's house we go. Well, we didn't go to grandma's house very often, but we did have Thanksgiving at grandma and grandpa's, or grandmother up for Thanksgiving at my house. And it was all right. I sometimes dream of those days to return, but the thing is you can't go backwards. You have to continually go forward. Time marches on, it doesn't march backwards. And if there ever becomes such a thing as a time machine, I might take some time out and go back and watch my Thanksgivings that I had with my family, just for the memories. If I were asked if there was anything that I could change with my past Thanksgivings, I'd have to say no. I think my Thanksgivings were pretty full. And I don't mean the belly either. There were times where after I ate my turkey, I wanted to sleep. I have to say that. There were. But the thing is of all the Thanksgivings I have, I can't pick out just one as being my favorite. They were all good. They were all great. woke up to the smell of turkey in the morning. See, my parents did things a little different. What they did is they would thaw the turkey out 2 days before, put it in the refrigerator after it got thawed, put it in the fridge, and then the night before Thanksgiving, they would work on making the pies, get the pies made, and then the last thing they would do is turn the oven down to around 200, 210, 220, someplace in there, I'm not sure where. And they would put the turkey in, and it would be covered with some water so it wouldn't dry out, and they would let it cook all night long. When you woke up in the morning, you woke up hungry because you would smell that turkey all night long, just cooked, just baking in the oven. And then by the time we got up, the turkey was moist, but fall off the bone tender and done, and it was just so freaking good. And then Mom would just finish up the turkey dinner with the potatoes and the stuffing and everything else. And now, mind you, the stuffing would be in the turkey, but she would also make regular stuffing outside of the turkey because the stuffing in the turkey would sometimes not be completely done because it would be so firmly packed in there, and sometimes the water didn't get into the stuffing, juices didn't get into the stuffing enough to cook the stuffing that was all the way inside. And she would make potatoes and sweet potatoes and get the cranberry sauce out, and oh my God, I can't tell you everything that she would do. And by noon, 1 o'clock, we were having our Thanksgiving dinner. And I'll tell you, man, I would get stuffed. I would be stuffed. We would be finishing our dinner right about the same time Thanksgiving Day Parade finished. And I'll tell you, it was worth it. Sometimes we'd take off and go to the mall. Sometimes we wouldn't. Sometimes, most of the time we did. Most of the time we'd stay home. Friends would come over and visit, and we'd go and visit some friends maybe. It just depended on the situation. I'll never forget the smell of turkey in the morning. I do miss that. And I think that's the one thing that I would go back for, is just to smell that turkey when I first woke up in the morning. It was the best smell anybody could wake up to ever. And if anybody ever has the opportunity to go back and do just that, I'll tell you, you would love it. Take the opportunity to just throw the turkey in the oven at 200 degrees. Don't forget to put some water in the bottom of your pan so you don't dry out. Put the breast down so it don't dry out, because that's the first thing that dries out on a turkey is the breast, just like the chicken. So put that in the water. Don't forget to add your stuffing and whatever. If you use seasonings on your turkey, don't forget your seasonings. Put it in the oven at about 200, 225, someplace in there, and just let it cook all night long. If you get it in by 10, it'll be done by 10 at that temperature, and it will be fall off the bone tender and just as awesome as you can imagine. I'll never forget it. It is a smell that will stay in my mind for as long as I live. And if anybody ever wants to wake up hungry like that, that would be the thing to do. I'm sorry. I know I keep saying it was good. It was good. And I can't say it enough. I really can't. So you all have a happy Thanksgiving. May all your dreams be found in your turkey. And may this be the end of a good year and the start of a better year. Happy Thanksgiving.